Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Draymond Green calls out Warriors studio host for criticizing him during his suspension. Draymond Green keeps receipts, and NBC Sports Bay Area studio host Bonta Hill found that out the hard way on Thursday night. As Hill was asking Green about playing in Madison Square Garden after the Golden State Warriors beat the New York Knicks 110-99, the 33-year-old called him out for comments he made during his suspension. "Bonta, I'm shocked you're talking to me," Green said. "The way you were talking about me when I got suspended, I'm very shocked you're talking to me." Green then asked Hill to continue with his question about playing at the Garden. The four-time All-Star's response to it ended up being rather short, as he said it's always a fun game. He then proceeded to stare at the camera for a few seconds, and it was only after Draymond's former teammate, Festus Ezeli, spoke that he cheered up a bit. It is not all that surprising that Green acted this way toward Hill, as he was paying a lot of attention to what people were saying about him when he got suspended. Draymond blasted Kevin Durant for calling out his character, as he felt it was cowardly on Durant's part. "Considering the harsh words he had for his former teammate, I would say Hill got off easy here." Green, of course, was suspended twice this season by the NBA. First, he received a 5-game suspension for putting Rudy Gobert in a chokehold and was then suspended indefinitely for striking Jusuf Nurkic. Draymond was reinstated after 12 games and has somewhat managed to stay out of trouble since then. The Warriors are thriving as a result, as this victory over the Knicks made it 12 wins in their last 15 games. As for Green's play in this one, he finished with 7 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 block to help Golden State improve to 31-27 on the season. Green did not specify which comment by Hill he was upset about. So, let's have a look at what he might have taken offense to. "You just said, what was that moment where you're like, boy, we got to move out Draymond? You just said, and I felt like the moment was last training camp, when he punched Jordan Poole," Hill said on the morning roast in January. "Hell, I felt like the moment was when he sat down with Kevin Durant and said Bob Myers and Steve Kerr screwed up the situation." Hill later added Green was responsible for the Warriors' culture being fragile. "I don't know if he's going to change," Hill said. "The culture's fragile right now because of this guy. It is. Our culture's up in the air, and then I think about the young guys. How are they supposed to follow him as a leader and he's doing what he's doing?" Hill did say that he loves Green, but it got to a point for him where he felt he was hurting the team with his antics. The question was also raised whether the Warriors need Draymond to win, and well, the proof is in the pudding. In December, Green played just 4 games and the Warriors had a defensive rating of 117.6 in the month, which ranked 19th. Now, in the 16 games Draymond has started since he returned, Golden State has a defensive rating of 109.4, as per the NBA, which ranks second in that time. They definitely need him if they are to win. Jonathan Kuminga, legit number 2 option for the Warriors. For the better half of a decade, the Golden State Warriors have had luxurious options for number 2 scoring threat for arguably the greatest point guard of all time, Stephen Curry. They had David Lee, the smooth power forward who provided in the inside presence juxtaposed to Curry's outside touch. Then as Klay Thompson emerged, they had the ultimate shooting partner to stretch the floor along Curry, and the Splash Brothers were born. Then they decided they had enough of LeBron James having success and lured Kevin Durant to join the team to become the ultimate weapon alongside Curry, arguably the greatest defensive tandem in NBA history. After Durant left and Thompson suffered multiple devastating injuries, the Warriors took their time figuring out who would be that number 2 scoring threat. They auditioned D'Angelo Russell, groomed Jordan Poole, and traded for the dynamic Andrew Wiggins. But ultimately, none of those guys are currently with the team, as both Russell and Poole were traded, and Wiggins is out for personal reasons. And as Thompson's career shifts more towards a sixth-man Manu Ginobili/Andre Iguodala type slot, there's ample space for another Warrior to step in and fill that void. Did you know Golden State's number 7 overall pick in the 2021 draft is averaging 16.7 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 3.0 assists in 31 games as a starter this season? And last night's 25 points against the New York Knicks was the 15th time that Kuminga has scored at least 20 points in a game this season. Thompson has 21 such games this year, while Curry has 44. It's clear the Warriors are giving room for Kuminga to find his game within the Warriors system, and leverage his size and elite athleticism to terrorize mismatches either in transition or in the post. At 6'7", 225 pounds, Kuminga has the prototypical NBA size for an wing player, but it's his scary athleticism and burgeoning IQ that is making him a dangerous player to defend. Just ask his teammate, future Hall of Famer Draymond Green. Klay Thompson's relationship with Warriors ownership in potential jeopardy. The Golden State Warriors' biggest elephant in the room is the summer of Klay Thompson. It's a conversation no one wants to talk about, whether it's how much Klay Thompson's actually worth, or what the Warriors are actually going to pay. Now, it seems like the relationship between Klay Thompson and Golden State Warriors owner Joe Lacob may have been fractured. According to a report from Sam Amick of The Athletic, Thompson's relationship with Warriors ownership may have been strained. Thompson always knew he would likely have to wait until his free agency arrived this summer, what with Lacob's well-chronicled hopes of ducking under the second, and possibly first, luxury tax apron compelling them to let the roster landscape fully unfold before adding salary, Amick said. The biggest question mark between both sides is the fact that neither one seems to know what'll happen this season. However, it does seem positive that Klay is so willingly embracing a bench role. But it's clear their relationship has suffered some strain along the way, with league sources indicating that Thompson has received no assurances from on high that his hopes of retiring happily in a Warriors jersey someday will be a shared priority this summer, Amick said. Both sides, it seems clear, have no clarity about what might happen when that time rolls around. It's hard to say what exactly the future holds for Klay Thompson and the Golden State Warriors. If the team found a way to keep Draymond Green, hopefully, they can do the same for Klay Thompson. And you, fan, what do you think of the situation, Klay Thompson? Leave your opinion in the comments.